God, you're on the phone.
I was standing there and a worker came in and she was fixing her hair in the mirror next to me. She turned her head and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you're really pretty."
Of course.
You guys talking about me?
And then she walked away really fast.
Oh.
And then Layla came up to me. I'm like, "Did you hear that?" She goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay."
All right. Well, thanks for bragging.
Does anyone tell you in this girl's bathroom how pretty you are?
Yeah, but they're just trying to be nice because they're like, this is the worst transition I've ever seen. You look really pretty. Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.
Is this that one where you can snowboard too?
Mm-hmm. Riders Republic.
Have you been playing this?
I might.
I want to get it too.
It is
maybe it's 2-player. Play together.
Yeah, Steve came over and showed me how I'm doing all my shit wrong.
You fixed your shit.
No, I know.
Like streaming stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's been doing a lot of things wrong.
Oh, you can
It's slowly
snow
been
machine.
tilting me.
You can snow machine in this game.
Ooh, yeah, you can do a bunch of different shit, right?
That didn't phase anyone.
Snow machine.
No.
That was my Alaskan.
Oh,
okay, that's my Alaskan coming out.
If you think that you're the first person that I've heard call that a snow machine.
We used to roast the Alaskans for that when I lived there. Like, snow machine, that could be anything.
Well, I mean, that's like when we came here and people were saying, "What kind of pap do you want?"
Yeah.
You're like, "What?"
I'm just gonna go take a ride in my wheel machine, my tar machine.
My tar track.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
So I'm very excited.
Oh, you can ski.
Oh wait,
too.
are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh, we are?
Alex, I wanted to say that your gauges look fucking sick.
I thought you were gonna stop at gay.
Alex, you're very gay.
Alex, you're gay.
Speaking of Alex being gay, I took your guys' advice on the best of videos that I made, which there's only 3.
There's only 3.
So
wow.
It's only 4.5 hours worth of content.
You know what that speaks to me? Humble. You know? Here's volume 11 of the best of. It's just the podcast over again.
So what I've
in its entirety.
What I've been doing is only the omega lols. So if there's a massive laughter by at least one person or all 3 of us.
It's different for me though. If I crack a smile, it's in the best of, right?
So there's one episode where I just completely caught you off guard and you were like, "What? Fuck." And you just...
Yeah, I got wrecked. Yeah, if I get wrecked, then for sure.
Like, she pulled up a photo of a Ken doll, and I was like, what's this guy's name? Den?
I don't know why that still kills. It's still killing with me.
That makes me chuckle.
I have a soft spot for the absurd. And Den is not a goddamn name.
So I am very excited. I worked very hard on 3 What That Brain Do's.
Fuck yeah. Do you have pictures?
I do. I forgot to email them.
You want to do that?
Shit, yeah.
Or we could just guess based on no information.
Well, no, I have it pulled up here.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. Because you're
Yes.
just going to add it in later.
Yep.
That's your job.
Okay, so Mara normally does these fantastic What That Brain Do's.
Yeah.
Where, like, she puts images together, and we're supposed to guess what the fuck she was thinking when she made it.
Sweet.
These ones are probably going to be easy. I have one hard one, but then 2 of them are pretty easy.
Mine are like Dark Souls. So it's Ash Ketchup.
Ash Ketchup, yeah.
Ash Catsup? Ash Catsup?
You're close.
What?
You're like 90% there.
90%. So
what is the other 10%?
Ketchup. All. Gotta catch up them all. Gotta catch up on them all.
Ash Ketchup? I don't...
What's his last name?
Ketchum. Ash Ketchum? What?
No, Ash Ketchum up.
Oh my god.
You piece of shit. We got it. That was +1.
This is why the church doesn't like us. Things like
points. 10 points. What are we, Hufflepuff? Who the fuck is that?
Why does he look so quaint?
I feel like that's the key.
You
Because it's
almost.
a llama, right?
Yep.
It is a
Okay.
llama. It's not an alpaca.
It
Who
is
is
not an
that?
alpaca. I made
Yeah.
sure to.
You're
That's
like,
funny.
You did a whole book report on the two.
I just don't know who that is.
Let me get in there. Can we get a clue on the man?
He is famous.
I figured.
He's had a few dozen documentaries made about him.
Werner Herzog.
So funny. He is most famous.
Oh, is that a serial killer?
It is.
Oh,
Jeffrey Lama?
Yeah.
Jeffrey
Got
Llama.
it.
Jeffrey Lama.
Because it could be Dama
Right.
if you have the accent.
I was thinking about calling it Jeffrey Lammer, but I was like,
I'm into it. I'm into Lama. Because I want to call him Dama now.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey
Yeah.
Dahmer.
Is that Ernest?
does anybody recognize this man?
No.
So in the early aughts,
Is this a really good Photoshop or is it just small?
it's a really good Photoshop.
Okay.
I didn't work as hard on the other ones, but I was like, I'm going to work real
Gotta
hard on
delete
this
his
one.
face from the rest of it then.
Yeah, so the scene is from a movie called
Dunkirk?
Fury,
Oh, it's from Fury.
Oh,
which is a movie about.
tanks, right?
Mhm.
It kind of looks like Will Ferrell.
Oh,
Will Fury.
Will Fury.
That would have been a good one, but no, it is Will Ferrell.
It is Will Ferrell.
Yes, so the mustache is the biggest hint,
Anchorman.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Anchor tank? No.
Tankerman.
Tankerman!
Damn it.
Fuck yeah! I was so excited. So like, I googled as many photos as possible to try and get the faces to line up.
Mm-hmm.
So
This
this
was
was
an
the,
incredible job.
I matched the skin tone.
I
kind
had
of
no
I need
idea.
I very much want an example of what these normally look like. Oh, you don't have anything saved anymore.
Oh no, I did it in Procreate.
No, I know, but maybe I have. No, I wanted to show our guest that.
Oh, the
how-
ones that you did.
So I do them really badly
Gotcha.
because it's fun as shit. Like the two blimps engaging in oral sex.
So funny.
That was a good one.
I don't need to see it, but that's awesome.
Well, it was Blimpkin. So one blimp was on the toilet, and then, and then the other blimp was.
Dyke's Place was pretty good.
Dyke's Place was great. It was a little offensive. That was a little
Nah,
NC-17.
That's fine.
So Steve, thank you for coming
Yeah.
and being willing to do this.
Thanks for having me.
For fans that don't know, I met Steve at Nordic. I bugged him for
4 weeks, I think.
Yeah,
straight,
at
and
least
would
a
not
month.
Leave me alone.
about
That's
because
kinda cute.
back when I ran the open mic, and because you would always show up early, and
Yeah, I would
and
get off work and I'd have nothing better to do. I didn't
So-
know anybody in Monticello.
you and I would
Mm.
just chill, and we had good banter, and so I was like, just turn that's a joke.
Yeah,
Just do that. And then the first time you went up, you just absolutely crushed. Everybody was so fucking happy to see you up there.
I don't remember any of those jokes. I learned real fast to write that shit down.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But the and then you were just a massive help from then on out.
Yep.
Like it was really great. And then
That's interesting to me that you'd forget them.
I mean, yeah,
'Cause
I
I'm the
have
type
no
of person
idea.
to have thoughts like cataloged.
I write them down now.
Mhm.
Like in the car, I'll do like voice notes if I'm driving and I think of something. But
And I'm not even a comedian.
you had one about a guy at the bar wanting you to fuck his wife or something like that.
oh yeah. I asked. There was this guy at work, and he's like, "You have to do this for me and that and everything else." And I was like, "Well, Jesus Christ, you want me to fuck your wife for you too, or is that just the end of it?" Did not like that one for some reason.
But no, you had good jokes.
Most of
I
my
even
jokes
stole
are just HR meetings. So
I even stole one from you, which was
which one?
how gangster can you be with shit on your
Yes.
boots?
Yeah. The good old Cambridge, Minnesota meth heads that think they're super gangster when they've got cow shit on their boots.
Can you quantify how gangster? Is there a metric for that? Is there a meter?
Yeah, I would say you're either Jamie Kennedy.
Okay, this is the spectrum.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Which, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You're either autistic gangster or full Tupac.
I think he was definitely like Chet Hank gangster, you know?
Ooh.
So gangster maxed out in like 96. No one's been more gangster. That's incredible to me.
The game was pretty fucking gangster.
That's a long time.
Or T.I.
Or you have to believe that he's not gone. He's still with us.
That's true.
And he's approved.
I did see a pretty convincing video that he is still around.
Yeah. You saw a convincing video that one guy isn't blind. So,
dude, I still think that Tupac is dead, and I think that Steve is blind. But come on,
I could get a video. I could get you to join Amway if I wanted to.
But no. So the video, the only thing is that the guy doesn't sound anything like Tupac. Like their voice is completely different.
Oh, it's a deep fake.
Oh, gotcha.
No, it's just this reggae guy that but
it's face blindness. It's the John Leguizamo thing.
His physical attributes. So somebody does like a deep dive. They're like, okay, there's this guy came out in whatever year, and teeth are exactly the same. He has the same scar from when he initially got shot in the stomach. Like there's all of these things that.
Did you know that Bill Hicks is actually Alex Jones?
I have thought that before. Like they do look similar.
That would be so cool. I wish they were.
People have done that same like dental shit with this.
With this one?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Who do you think's funnier though?
Oh, Alex Jones.
Yeah,
by far,
for sure.
He's also just had more time to do it. Bill died at like 34.
Alex
he
Jones
looked like
perfected it.
He looked like he was in his 40s, but
yeah,
that was all the, substances.
Bill Hicks had very much a "I hit my kids" vibe, and Alex Jones has not like legally been able to see his kids in decades.
Alex, his aging is most apparent in color.
Yes,
just more red.
He's become tomato.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through episodes again, like I said, and I saw the one where we looked at Jones was taking some like supplement to lose weight and get buff.
Yeah, and it's the same picture, just he's more red.
Exactly. So fucking funny.
Fucking rules. Like it's top of the mountain comedy stuff.
So I tried streaming that Near Automata.
Sure.
Becoming Human?
Yes.
No.
Basically.
Near Automata. And I couldn't get the controller to work. I was very angry. And so I turned the stream off early. And I started playing a different game called Weird West.
That game looks tight.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
I'm surprised. That's really weird that you played that because I just randomly saw Twitter about it.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I started playing
cool.
it. I like the concept. It has like, it reminds me of, there's this murder mystery game that I played a long time ago where like when you walk into a room, you just like the camera phases through the walls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And Weird West does that. The only thing is like the combat stuff is pretty horrible.
Well, here's the thing. As a result of playing 300 hours of Elden Ring, AMA.
Oh my god.
I was inspired to play the Dark Souls series.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm playing Dark Souls. Thank you, by the way.
I've done it. I would not suggest it.
That game is a piece of shit. But you know what? I can't stop playing it.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's a fucking garbage can that's lit on fire. Just coasting down the hills of San Francisco.
Ooh. That's a lot of hills.
Weird West. I wanted to see it. But you said the combat is weird.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why
like it's
called
advertised one way, but the gameplay is totally
It
different.
gives you a good sense of
Do they have
progression
like
between the
skill
first act
trees and
the last,
stuff?
thanks to
Perks,
enhancements like more
okay,
health,
yeah.
doubled
Yeah.
explosive damage, higher jump.
Oh god, some
antics.
dork is playing it.
Between fire, electricity, oil, water, and poison,
Is it like Diablo? This looks fucking
there's
super
a lot of
good.
forces to mess around with, and I love when a plan or a completely accidental win comes together.
That looks cool. But yeah, I brought up Dark Souls because I'm not afraid to play some janky bullshit. I'll do it if it's fun.
And then so then Steve comes over and he's like, "Hey, it'll work." And I'm like, "Nuh-uh," because I did a bunch of research and it doesn't.
Yeah.
He's like,
Listen
"Oh."
here, I've done the thing. I've played the game with that same kind of controller. I was like, there's something happening here.
I've been to Reddit, okay?
You know what's funny? I ended up on Reddit and they were like, "No, it fucking doesn't work. It only works partially because," and even Steam acknowledges that like it shows the controller symbol and it shows it in half,
Yeah,
making it seem like it only works halfway.
no. You
Right.
never trust Reddit. That's like trusting anything on a 4chan. You know, /B has a thing that says, "Do not trust anything here," and here we are, QAnon.
So yeah, Dark Souls. So how much Dark Souls gameplay did you get in?
I beat like 6 bosses or something now.
On the
Okay.
first one.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I just got out of Blight Town.
that Blight Town is just the bane of my existence.
Nice little vacay in Blight Town. The hardest part was getting the fuck out.
Yeah,
I forgot what like everything looks the same. I'm just like it's all the same texture. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm just like this is a nightmare.
You know
yeah.
what's
There's
funny?
no map in that game.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
And you
weird-
can't teleport. Well, you can, but I don't.
Weird West, they have you like configure the gameplay right away, and they want it to be like kind of spooky, like thriller style.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, keep hitting the arrow like to adjust the brightness and
Yeah,
darkness
they do that all the time now.
until the darkness disappears. And I'm like, I know why you want me to. Not
So
gonna do
no
it.
thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it light so I can fucking see everybody. What are you surprises?
Hacker man.
Yeah.
Those game short codes.
But yeah, so it's cool. Like I like the concept, and getting ammo is fucking tough. So you got to get good. You need to
Get good.
get good
At getting ammo.
yeah, at conserving your ammo and like it's open worldish too. So like you can crawl around
Yeah,
quite a bit.
I would
Which I
be
thought was
so
interesting.
terrible. I love shooting things. That would be the worst part. Just I'm out of ammo. I'll beat you with my gun then, I guess.
Which is funny because then when you fix near Automa and they're like, "Hey, just shoot constantly."
Yes. Don't
Just-
stop shooting. The game is designed around you to be a monkey that won't stop shooting.
Yeah, and then so I just downloaded 3. Well, technically in the last like 2 or 3 days I've downloaded 5 new games. I got Near Automa, Weird West,
Grand Blue Fantasy.
yeah,
Versus.
Grand Blue, and then what the fuck was the other one that I got? Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah, Lord of the Fallen or
What's
something like that.
So that one I didn't even get to really fuck around with, but it looks like an easier Dark Souls almost.
Oh, it's for babies. Some
Yes.
sort
Baby
of baby's
Dark
toy.
Souls.
You know what
Ugh.
actually is? And you probably like it. This is not an insult. I'm sorry.
Please.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, really? I bet
Uh,
Alex would be insulted.
Yeah.
I cranked
think
the
he knows.
difficulty on that. You can do fine with that game.
Yeah. It's very pretty. It's very much a Star Wars game, and
That's the one with the
everything seems to function well. So I'm like, fuck this game. I'm gonna go play Dark Souls, where everything's janky. I want a dragon to just disappear into the mountain that we're fighting on, and call it a win.
Or the giant, you can make him fall off the ledge and he just instantly dies, and it's supposed to be this big giant boss, but he just broke his leg and now he's dead.
That's hilarious.
The end.
That's Elden Ring.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the funniest shit.
I love that.
It's funny too because like that's the whole cutscene.
I actually got in my longest boss fight was an hour long because the dragon kept flying away from me and it wouldn't die. So I
Which
just chased
dragon?
It was the one by the bridge. So he will actually keep retreating and you just have to chase him down.
Yeah.
That's it. And it took an hour because he went across the whole map.
Oh, it's by Dragon Borrow. Caelid?
I don't remember. I played that
It's
game.
just on a gray bridge.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
but he just kept running away.
Sorry, I played it for 300 hours. I'm starting to become an encyclopedia for the fucking games.
I played it for 50 hours. I didn't even do the Volcano Mansion, and I was like, fuck this game. I'm
I
beating
didn't do
it.
that the first time.
You had more than one time. That's already more
Yeah.
than me. I
I've
beat
had
the
like
game.
6
was like,
files.
oh.
I just keep wanting to do different things. Now I'm playing as Hulk Hogan because I put the leg drop in the game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Oh dude.
So now I've been, I put out my summon sign, and other players summon me into their world to help, and then just fucking Hulk Hogan shows up. I'm like, you're in good hands.
Oh,
And I start leg dropping the boss.
dude, I would love it if you put a hand on their shoulder. I got this, brother.
Yeah.
And then like you just fucking go in.
Yeah, I don't really get any voice lines. You can get a little head that you can talk through, but it only says one word.
Those things creep the fuck out
Yeah,
of
they're
me.
weird. The
They,
prattling
they are
pates.
worse than the Dark Souls where you drop a stone and it just said, hello.
Yeah, that's when it
Hello.
like,
Hello. Yeah. My favorite was I love being summoned, and then I just sit there and just keep dropping that egg and just keep saying hello. And then my host dies, and I'm like, oh, well, should have said hello. Refuse to participate.
I've been getting summoned at the Renala boss fight, the witch.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that bowling ball on the outside on that bridge?
Yeah.
I've
That was
had-
easy.
Like 3 or 4 people just die to the bowling ball
That's awesome.
because they put the summoning pool way before the boss.
Yeah, so it's
so
like
they summon before they even go into the area.
It's like an
Ever.
Indiana Jones thing. It literally is just the most avoidable ball, but you can just watch people get crushed by it for hours.
Yeah, I saw someone like they jumped on the railing, they got hit by it and just flew off.
And then it's like sending you back to your world. And it's like, cool, that was a waste of 5 minutes.
80,000 souls.
You say a waste, but that's the funniest shit.
It is.
I have a hearty chuckle. I beat the boss. I don't give a fuck what you do. I just leg dropped off of the cliff after them.
Well, as you should.
Yeah.
Gotta follow them to their death.
I'm like, yeah, that's where we're going. Go down with the ship, man.
Best friends means we go down together.
Exactly. The host of my finger.
Now,
Host my finger. That's a great pickup line.
I was gonna say
You
the
want to host my finger tonight?
that's right. You chop off the finger of that giant or whatever. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's like
What?
the theme of Elden Ring is fingers.
Oh.
There's the finger maiden.
There's the finger maidens, and then there's the evil finger maidens that worship the hand with 3 fingers. And that's not even a joke.
And it's hilarious, yeah.
So sometimes when like younger kids are nervous about their piercing, I will blow up a glove and like draw a face on it or whatever. And so I'll like blow it up like a balloon animal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put a rubber band on it, and this kid was having a tough time, and I drew it to look like a fish, like so that it was the profile,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And the most natural name came to mind, and I was like, do you want help from Fishy Hand? And as soon as it came out, I was like, so gross.
Fishy hand.
Well, did they?
They did.
Okay, they worked out.
It worked, but I felt gross afterwards.
What did I just do?
Like I just gave a kid a fishy hand. Ugh.
Well, it's much better than where I thought that story was going.
I didn't even know where it was going.
Well, we were talking about a certain thing with fingers and fingering. And I'm like, when kids are having a hard time with the piercing,
I like to give them the one.
I
too.
finger their parents.
Oh.
That's what I do.
that's for the vertical hood. Yeah, warm them up.
I do have one funny story from the shop, which is the end of the day. It was mayhem, like from the get go. Justin, so Kenny is still out, and so we've just been working. Like when we, get to the shop, it's like just fucking nonstop. But at the end of the day, John had one tattoo left, and it's these 3 ladies. They've been friends forever, whatever, like sorority sister style, but they're moms and they have kids.
Are we still on the subject of fingering?
No,
Okay.
but
Damn it.
Yeah, I thought we were having
This
a good
is
story.
lame.
so they're like, so is this the last appointment of the day? And he's like, yeah, I was supposed to do this butt tattoo for somebody, but they no-showed me. and one of the ladies was like, what were they gonna get? He was like, oh, he still had the stencil. He's like, it was gonna be these lips on their butt cheek. And this lady was like, I'll do it. He was like, sick. But I didn't know that this conversation was happening. So I was up front. So I turn around and look at John's station, and I just see a lady with her pants down and like slowly like scooting back towards John. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, just
no context.
Yeah, zero context. Just a lady just backing that ass up towards John. So funny. And then it was just like the lady had zero shame. She wasn't wearing underwear.
Well, they just like spontaneously got a tattoo on their ass.
On their ass. And then somebody rang the doorbell, and I was like, God damn it. And John was like, quick, put up a thing, because her ass was just out because there was no one there.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a thing up, and the lady coming in needed a jewelry change out of her boobie.
Mm.
And so I was like, it was just boobies and butts at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good day.
It's the little things that keep us going.
So that was the one thing. It was just so funny watching a grown-up just slowly scooting back with their ass out.
They started so far away.
So far away.
What?
Like from me to Steve, like, so they must have been like really excited about it. And just
drop their pants
and just
right
dropped
there.
their pants right there and then just started backing up. And John was John was even like, oh, you don't have to, you lay on the table first.
I know. I was like, did he say anything, or was he just like, I'm gonna just let this play out, see where this
Super
goes?
funny. But it's been a week, eh?
Been a week and a half.
Yeah. Somebody got slapped, which I'm kind of sick of talking about. I
The
don't know.
TV show?
Yeah.
It's an
What are you
old-
talking about?
Old TV show.
The slap chop came back.
Slap Chop came back?
Yeah.
I thought he was in prison for killing a prostitute.
No, not the guy.
Oh. Well,
But-
now
and
I don't
he didn't
care.
kill her. He just punched her in the face. Big difference.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That
Do you
guy's-
know that
That
story?
guy's a rail, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck if he punches you in the face?
Yeah, he's basically Tosh.0 and Joel McHale mixed together with some drugs.
Maybe you got a Bowflex.
Maybe that would be so funny. Like how Cartoon Network will do contracts with people. If As Seen on TV did a contract and they're like all the bonuses that you get, like the fucking
The Gazelle.
Yeah. The Gazelle, the Bowflex. What other weird shit? There's so much weird stuff. But like it's in craft service.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of there being food, it's like all of the As Seen on TV shit, and you can just go and like pick
It's
it
all
up.
chopped up. Wait, did you have to chop up everything? Like in the contract? Yeah, we did.
It's part of my contract. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so like in those movies when like the dude's in prison and he's lifting like buckets and shit.
Yeah.
And this is just his entire jail cell is just As Seen on TV stuff. Like he's got the weird thing that you put in your mouth and you exercise your jaw muscles by
Trouser size.
the jawser size.
Buns of steel.
Buns of steel. Oh yeah, and he's got the high socks, like the knee socks and the spandex that goes all the way up your butthole.
RFID wallet for some reason. There's no money in it.
The
There's
wallet in prison.
There's cigarettes.
No, the Will Smith slap.
I don't know who Will Smith
I heard it
is.
was fake.
That's what people said,
Yeah, it was a whole work. It was like pro wrestling.
except for it wasn't fake.
Well, I just hope that Chris Rock is able to go for the title after this one.
I think he deserves it, right?
A title shot.
I was hoping it was going to be like Denzel Washington entering the stage with a steel chair, but it didn't happen. So the video was disappointing.
The highlight for me is the fact that Bradley Cooper was one of the black men that consoled him. Like he just continues to solidify that as far as the black community is concerned, he's one of them. Like
Oh, Bradley Cooper.
Oh,
Bradley Cooper.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle has been joking about it for a while, and
Well, we're mortal enemies. So I can't be
fair.
associated with that man.
that's fair.
So there was a group of people that consoled him.
Yeah,
Oh,
Over
that's what
slapping another man, yeah.
that's what that TikTok was about. Because someone made a TikTok that was that, but I guess, a spoof of it. It
Oh.
was very funny, but I was like, I don't know how you came up with that. But I guess it really happened and they just made fun of it.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Tyler Perry, of course, and
Hello.
Denzel and, and Denzel Washington went up to Will after he had assaulted a man live on television. Because that made sense to me because Rock was like, it made me think of, that story about why we have this house, my neighbor fucking screaming at me and calling me racist and shit. In my brain going, oh, this isn't about me at all.
Oh,
I think Rock thought the same thing. He was like, no, this can't be a G.I. Jane joke is not what fucking pushed you over the edge. Something else is going on.
You're right.
Like,
You ever just heard a bad joke and just like, oh, I slapped this shit out of you?
I thought that's what it was too.
God, that was terrible.
my thing is, for decades, he was told to be less black. Like, you're too urban, you're too this. We know you as the rapper who doesn't swear, so you have to uphold this image, right? So for the longest time, Will Smith or Fresh Prince comes around and he gets to do a little bit of like, you guys have unrealistic expectations of black people. But even on that set, apparently there was like, let's pull back on the urban and then people are like, hey, it's Will Smith, he's the nicest guy, and then we find out that his wife fucks other dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, not just other dudes. Their son's friends.
Yeah.
They're son's friends.
I would lose my mind if my wife told me that.
Let me rephrase that. His wife fucks people who identify as male. So age is not
Oh yeah.
it's a non-factor.
I just can't imagine. Like, oh yeah, our son's friends, he comes over all the time. Yeah, fuck him.
And then,
what?
And then she forces him to confront her on her fucking weird ass show and is
Yeah.
like, basically like, be cool, okay?
No, stay calm, dude.
Like,
Why are you angry?
Holy shit.
What do you
Like,
mean? Why am I angry?
He's supposed to pretend like he is just the most chill, accepting dude in the world and is so clearly manipulated by Jada. And it's like, fuck, man. So then she gives him that stare because
oh yeah.
he laughed initially. I think out of muscle memory, like, you're at an award show, somebody's
Yep.
going to make fun of you. You just have to laugh about it.
Everyone reflexively laughed at that because that was like a Dennis Miller reference. I was saying that in the chat.
Oh, I see.
It's like a 3-decade-old movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What the fuck are you talking about?
exactly.
You may as well have said Sinead O'Connor.
Wow. Yeah. Nobody would have got that either.
Yeah, you're the next Sinead O'Connor. Ah.
But yeah, so like his initial muscle memory thing, and then she looked at him like,
Exactly.
can't let that slide. And he's like, fuck, so what do you want me to do? And that's why I think he snapped. He was like, okay, you've asked a lot of me over the last however many years. I guess I'll just go fucking assault a guy.
Yep. What's
then-
the worst that could happen?
And then Rock responded exactly how anybody who's like, me?
Mm-hmm.
Me. I'm the guy that you chose to do this to. Like, is just so fucking weird. So Will has, I think, like PTSD or some type of like just unresolved mental health issues because of all of the shit that he's been, like, the projection that people have done on him over the decades.
Could he have just been really bored?
I mean, I was bored. I
And
watched like a 5-minute video of it and I was like, this sucks.
This is already too much. Yeah,
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah, it
Jesus
was
Christ.
awful.
I'd rather do a whole new run at Dark Souls.
You do that for fun.
Actually,
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I'll do Pyromancer.
But yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts on it. Mara, thoughts?
Don't watch the Oscars.
There you go. Nobody was watching.
No, I didn't know it happened.
the
until
only reason-
that happened.
The only reason that I knew that it happened was because people are posting it on social media.
Yep.
I
One
didn't
person.
even know that the Oscars were going on.
Yep. That
The
that's how bad it
one
was.
person watching it like tweeted it out. I'm like, what? Oh, that's on today? Fuck.
Yeah. And they did. I love that they showed the angle of her laughing when Rock got slapped.
Oh yeah.
It's like, you are an evil individual.
Why would she find that funny? I have no idea.
Why would you find the joke funny? I think the slap is funnier than the joke.
For sure.
Yep.
There was a UFC fighter that was like, Will is lucky that like Rock must do some kind of like physical conditioning because Will's a big dude.
You saying he's got a strong jaw, just strong chin on him,
Yeah, so Rock had a strong enough chin on him
not to get KO'd.
because he followed through. Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Yeah, it's just that's all. Not getting knocked out is your chin moving really fast or some
Yeah.
shit.
So this UFC fighter was like, if it would have been somebody who like was a little more on the frail side, that could have totally knocked him out, and it would have been a completely different story.
But funnier story.
It would have been way funnier if Chris just crumpled over and didn't get back up, and then we all had to like listen to this mutant people rush out to get him.
Would they send someone else out? Do they have Do they have like a bench?
They just act like nothing happened, and then Chris Rock
Yeah,
is
they go to
passed
the-
out on the stage for the next hour.
They have Billy Crystal in the bullpen
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
Billy Crystal's always on standby.
throwing pitches. Why are you
Oh,
throwing
he-
a baseball over there?
He has breakaway pants, but it's the exact same pair of slacks.
He's just in some cage telling jokes.
Use the Schwartz. Holy fuck. Yeah. But
So we determined it's funnier if he gets knocked out.
for sure.
Oscars, consider that for next year.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that. The other thing was that like because the Academy is like a bunch of frail old white guys,
Mm-hmm.
they were all too scared to do anything about it.
Oh my god!
They were all
Yeah.
like, but what if he gets angry at us for trying to kick him out?
He's gonna kill us.
He knows where we live.
Because then you get an award later.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
super funny.
And then he cried on stage, and they're like, "Look how hurt he was," and I was like, "He is an actor."
Well, but that's
That's true. Yeah.
That's
The first one over was his publicist.
publicist.
Yeah, ran over and was like, "Hey, Will, I think you might have fucked up here, buddy. Yeah, you might have done some damage here. You might
might have
want to
done a
cry
crime."
on stage."
Well, no, I think that leads more towards the mental instability, right?
oh, absolutely.
Because he was trying to like in his head go, that was the right thing, right?
oh yeah,
Like there's no way he wanted to do that. He just like he's been asked to do so fucking much already that it's like you just do the most extreme thing. Oh
yeah.
fuck. I haven't been back to tell the story of the guy at the shop.
You haven't.
Holy shit, Alex. Sucks to suck. Okay.
Speakerphone? You want to dial him up?
Oh, we could. But he said he's busy all day. Full schedule.
He did say all day.
So
Shit.
well, that's a bummer. Okay, so last weekend was just as insane as this weekend as far as like being busy. So like we didn't even know who had booked a session and who was just walking in. So this guy and this girl walk in. They look like brother and sister, like they very similar. And so I'm like, I'll help you out in just a second and work with so.
Yep.
So they're there for a while. And the dude is in a camo, like a puffy camo jacket and basketball shorts. So I'm like, all right, we get it. You're balling. And
It's a good fit.
he's like, I only want, like his legs are just roasting, but the top portion is just cold as fuck.
The classic Minnesotan wear.
You know what I mean? Like Puff Daddy, like those big fucking jackets that him and Mace used to wear. So he's like, I either want genuine diamond or genuine stone. So whichever like you think would fit me best. Like he's not being super crazy
Yeah.
or like he's not
Yet.
being super douchey, I should say.
Yeah.
Because there's dudes that come in that are like, yeah, don't worry, I got the money. And then we're like, okay, so these are $75. And they're like, $75? And they just lose their shit. But no, this dude was like, that's fine. But he had sunglasses and he would put them on, take them off, put his normal glasses on. That was the only like weird indication.
Okay.
So I double checked with him, I checked with him a few times on the price of the shit that he picked. I was like, just so you know, these are genuine like amethyst. It's 18 karat gold, So it's $125 per piece of jewelry because we do sell these individually. He's like, yep, that's fine. Not a problem. like, all right, cool. He gets pierced, and then, like I said before, the lady that came in that looked like his sister, I'm like talking with her the way that I would two people who came in at the same time and like booked a session together.
Yeah.
Right? And she's giving no indication that they're not together.
Okay.
So I'm saying things like, do you think he's going to like this? And she's responding with,
No way.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so very convincing that they were there at the same time, or chose to be there at the same time.
Yeah, together in some way. Yeah.
Yes. He gets pierced, comes up to the front. His payment is declined. He tries another payment, also declined. He puts the sunglasses on and he's like shaking, and I'm like, that's all right. You know, we'll get it figured out. And then he starts kind of like mumbling to himself.
What is going on?
Okay. I'm like, good thing his sister's here.
Yeah.
She leaves. I'm like, is she
She just bailed?
going to get something out of the car? And he looks, he's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, fuck, you guys aren't together. Okay. So we're still super busy. So we're like, just, chill, figure out what you got to figure out. And everything gets declined. Every single, like, he's getting kicked out of like his accounts and shit. And we're like, what do you think's going on, dude? And he goes, honestly, I think my mom's just cock blocking me. And we're like, uh-oh.
What? Was that his mom?
No.
Oh.
He's just saying that like his mom's account, or his mom is in charge of his accounts or something. We're like, all right, man. Where do you live? And he's like, oh, I live in town here. We're like, okay, cool. Why don't you go home? Because we have all of his information. So if he did try to like split, it's like, we're just gonna send the cops after you.
Yep.
So he says he lives in town, and so we're like, why don't you go home, get this stuff figured out? And Justin's like, because we do need to get paid.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, don't worry, you'll get paid.
No way.
Yeah.
This man was literally shaking and mumbling to himself when he tries the cool guy act.
Yeah. Like, I thought the CIS theme was gonna, yeah. But he goes outside and then he's just standing out there. I'm like, fucking fuck.
There's no way this is a real human being. This is an NPC side quest. I'm convinced.
Manufactured.
So I go outside and I'm like, I know you don't know me, but if you just live in town, do you want a ride? And he's like, I would love a ride. I'm like, cool. So I'm like, Justin, if I'm not back in 10 minutes, it's nice knowing you.
This man killed me.
This guy moited me. So I choose to give this guy a ride, hop in the car, and he's like, all right, take a left. I'm like, cool. So I'm talking to him, but he's not telling me to take a turn or anything after that. And I'm like, so he goes, I'm looking up the address. I'm like, fuck. He's already in the car with me. He clearly doesn't live in town. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So he finds the address, looks it up, and I'm like, so you live in Becker? And he's like, yeah, I moved here. I'm
Okay.
like, oh, okay. Maybe he just didn't know the address. Getting used to it. That's fine. And the house that he had me go to is within like walking distance. Not like a quick walk, but easily it was, whatever.
Yeah.
We get there and there are just a fuckload of dogs. And I'm like, do you mind if I come up to the door with you? I just want to make sure, everything's okay. And he's like, it's not up to me.
What?
And I'm like, who is it up to? He goes, it's up to him. And I go, who's him?
God.
And he goes, you'll see. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So I walk up to the door with him. German Shepherds, Huskies, big fucking dogs are just barking up a storm.
Oh, Cujo is in there.
He tries to open the door. It's locked. And he's like, And he just tries opening it again. Doesn't reach for keys or anything. I look up and there's a lady that sees me in the window and she looks freaked out. So I'm like, this is your house? He's like, yeah, man. I'm like, all right, dude. I just saw a lady. She seems freaked out. These are your dogs? And he goes, I have a cat.
I have a cat.
And I'm like, all right, man. Well, what are the dogs' names? And he goes, well, that one's a husky. I'm like, oh fuck,
This is not a real person.
this is not good. So I'm like, you live here. Who else lives here? And he's like, Charlie, my partner. He's the love of my life. He's the sun and the moon, and like, it's just gushing about this dude. I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like, I think they're nervous because you're here. And in that moment, I was like, that actually kind of makes sense. I can like understand somebody just walking, like just some random dude, no collar head, no nothing. It's like, okay, that's fine.
Yep.
So I hop in the car and I'm about to leave, and he flags me down, and he just walks over and gets in the car. And I'm like, all right. So
Oh my God.
I'm like, okay, dude, is that your house? He's like, that's Charlie's house. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, dude. His mom calls, and I'm like, hey, who? That's your mom? Yeah. Okay, put it on speakerphone.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, so-and-so, this is, my name's Chris. I work at the tattoo shop that your son was just at. And she's like, what?
Oh no.
Tattoo shop? What are you talking? Who are you? I'm like, I'm sorry. Your son came to the shop, got some piercings. He owes us $400, unfortunately. And she's like, where? I'm like, well, in town here. What town? In Becker. She's like, we live in Brainerd.
Dear God.
I'm like, oh, fuck.
Are you kidding me? There's no way.
And she's like, can you take me off speakerphone? Can I talk to my son? And I'm like, absolutely. Oh, because she was like, I'm so confused. And I'm like, ma'am, unfortunately, I am also just as confused as you. And I'm like, all right, dude, I'm just going to call him Mac. Like, Mac, I'm feeling pretty uncomfortable. I'm going to bring you back to the shop. So bring him back to the shop. And I walk up to Justin, and I'm like, because he's still on the phone. I'm like, hey, can you look up the number to the Becker Police Department in town? Because I didn't want to just dial 911. So I give them a call, and I'm like, I think we have a vulnerable adult here. Because he's getting upset. He's, tears, and like at one point fell asleep.
No. What?
Yeah. And just could not pin down whose house that was. That I just drove up to and tried to do a little light B&E.
It was a light beanie. You'll get off easy.
Cops show up, and actually, before the cops show up, I'm like, Justin, this is my wheelhouse. I know this isn't like everybody's cup of tea, so totally up to you if you want to stay or not. And he's like, well, I am very hungry. I'm like, I got it, dude. You go. So the cops show up, and I found out that Becker has a mental health, like, specific police officer now.
Sweet.
Which is super cool. So they come in and very chill, like very helpful. Because I've seen it go bad many times. And we're talking to him, trying to get information out of him. Who's Charlie? And he just keeps doing the same thing. Charlie's my boyfriend. He's the love of my life. He's the everything. And
oh boy,
I sit next to him, and the cops are getting some information, and nobody in his phone is named with an actual name. So his mom in his phone is birth giver. Charlie in his phone is listed as ballsack.
There's no way this person's
And
real.
even the police officer was like, okay, so I'm going to... Ballsack?
I just paused.
So, and it gets even weirder. So he's on the phone with Ballsack for like 5 or 10 minutes while we're trying to get information. And
Ballsack, you got to pick me up, man.
and so police officer comes back in and is like, hey, so Ballsack says that you're supposed to be at work right now. Where do you work? He's like, I work at the casino. And so whatever casino is by Brainerd,
Brainerd, yeah.
Yeah, is where he works. And so now we're like, how did you get down
Yeah.
here? Like, what happened? He's like, well, I drove to see Charlie. And we're like, okay, where's your car? Because you walked here. He's like, oh, I totaled it. We're
No.
like, what? Where? He's like,
What?
well, I crashed my car and I stayed the night in it. And then I woke up in the morning and I did my exercises. So I ran around the playground and then I went for a jog. And then I called the tow truck service. And he says that they brought him to the gas station. So the Shell gas station in town.
Okay.
But his car wasn't there either. So someone brought him to the gas station. That's when he saw the tattoo shop.
And he just walked
and
over.
He just walked over.
Who was the chick?
No idea. No idea. Just a very nice lady, apparently.
She was probably worried about him and then was like, you know what? I ain't got the time for
No,
this.
I don't
And
think she knew what was like. I think that she just thought like I was just asking her like fashion advice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's just asking me because I'm a lady and I know jewelry or like.
No way.
So, because he didn't know who that was at all, didn't register. And then I'm like, so Charlie, does he know that he's the love of your life? And he's like, well, he should by now. I'm like, okay, do you have any photos of Charlie? He's like, I'm sure I do. I go, okay.
Okay.
Does Charlie know that you have photos of Charlie? And he's like, I think so. Oh, SpaghettiOs. And so we're trying to figure out where's home because he's 20 years old, so he can kind of do whatever he wants, really. The only thing keeping him there is the fact that he owes us $400. And this police officer's like, so what are you guys thinking you're going to do about the payment? And he's like kind of beating around the bush about stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we're not going to press charges. He's clearly, and he cuts me off and he goes, oh, thank God. Like,
That was just the one thought, just waiting for it.
he's just hoping that we're not going to press charges. Because how fucking awful would that be? You're having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Don't know what the fuck is going on.
You don't even know where you are.
And then when you come to, surprise, you have also charges. So it was just absolutely insane. Ballsack calls back.
Good
And,
old ball sack.
Officer's like, okay, hand me the phone. And he's like, hey, so can I get that number? And he's about to write the number down. And he's like, okay, well, why don't you call back when you're willing to give me the phone number? So whoever Ballsack was not Charlie,
Oh, no.
but it was somebody who knew who Charlie might be, but wasn't willing to give the police officer the phone number. We then find out that Charlie has been staying at the house that we went to, but doesn't live there. So we're like, there's partial truths to all of these little things that he was giving us, but it's not the way that you think it is. Whatever is happening.
Yeah.
And so we're like, well, how do you know this guy? And he's like, oh, well, he sells me weed. It's like, fuck, dude.
Oh, my God.
So he fell in love with his drug dealer, maybe, and this drug dealer maybe lives at this house. We don't fucking know. And so they got a hold of the lady that saw us in the window, which I'm sure fucking horrifying. And she would not confirm or deny that Charlie lived there either.
Great.
So fucking crazy. Finally, somebody who gives a shit calls, and it's his dad who lives in Florida and is like, hey, so-and-so needs to be on medication. Like,
Yeah.
when they're not on this medication, it's antipsychotic medication.
Yep.
So like, the mom must have texted him something saying like, your son's going to the loony bin again. Something super harsh.
Yeah.
And he was like, are you guys taking my son to a mental institute? What's happening?
Right.
And I was like, we just want to make sure he's safe. We want to get him home, whatever that takes. And eventually EMT shows up. This is hands down the best part. EMT shows up. Younger guy, kind of older guy. Younger guy walks in and he's like, "Hey, how's it going, Mac?" Older guy walks in and his energy was like he kicked the door open and was like, "So, what do we got going on? You schizophrenic? You bipolar?" And we're like, "Holy fuck,
Oh
dude."
boy, just straight up,
launch right
like
in.
just tell me. Like I want to go on lunch. break.
Guns blazing. It was fucking hilarious. And
God.
not in a way that he was like, "What's wrong with you?" He was just like, "I don't give a fuck what you have. What do you want me to do?" But just word vomited. And then that was it. That's all I know now.
All he needed was the Pepsi.
He we got him in the ambulance. We like convinced him to go in this ambulance, and I was like, "Can I say goodbye to the guy?" And he was
How
like,
long did this take? Like,
A long time. Took like 3 hours.
okay.
So is Ballsack like a really good dealer name, you think?
Ooh.
I
Maybe.
like
Now
Ballsack.
that detail was revealed, I'm like, Ballsack, okay. What else are you gonna put in your drug dealer? Like, what else are you gonna put in your phone, right?
Well, I mean, he listed his mom as birth giver.
Mm-hmm. Accurate.
So
Maybe
maybe
there's a funny
accuracy.
story there. Like
I was
they
gonna say,
saw
yeah.
the ball sack during a drug deal. Like, dude, I see your sack. Pull your pants up. Like he's just wearing basketball shorts.
But that was so sad. Like, this poor fucking kid was so confused. Like, at one
Yeah.
point,
Yeah, that's the weirdest day.
super weird.
But
But
yeah, I have a car. I totaled it. Like,
I wrecked my car and then exercised
and then well,
after camping out in the
after
wrecked
camping out,
car.
yeah. Because when
God.
there was at one point when I was sitting next to him.
And this was last week.
yeah,
Jesus Christ.
a week ago yesterday.
Wasn't that nice out?
I know. It was still windy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
Um,
why you camped in
yeah,
the car,
in the car.
Chris.
Can't walk around when it's windy and stuff.
That's solid point. So I was at one point I was sitting next to him and like he was just crying. Like he's just, you could tell he was just super sad that he wanted so badly. I think he's on the spectrum. Which if he is and has like psychotic, like with the potential of psychotic episodes,
Mm-hmm.
then all of these other things make sense. But people who are on the spectrum, all they want is for you to not know that they're on the spectrum.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like the fact that his cards were being showed over and over again was like, because we would say, "Okay, what's your address?" And he would give the address of the fucking wrong house. And I'd be like, "No, buddy, come on.
Not Ballsack's house.
What's your yeah, we're not trying to go to Scroat Town. We need to know where you live."
So was the sunglasses thing like a masking technique?
Yep. So that was his way of making sure, okay, they won't know that I'm upset if I have my sunglasses on.
Mm.
They won't know.
Oh,
Didn't make a lot of eye contact.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So many things that I was just like, this poor fucking kid. He's only 20 years old. Super sad. But good on the Becker police force for having a mental health person. That's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like the dude genuinely handled it the way that you should handle it.
I mean, he got a bunch of free piercings.
He did get
Sure.
2 free. So that was the other funny thing we kept joking about. It was like, what if this was all a ruse?
Every
No
single
way.
person was in on it. They all
That's
went
what I
back and
said.
had a party at Ballsack's house.
They split the $400
Yeah.
worth of jewelry between each other.
Nice piercings, bro.
Oh, so fucking funny.
Fucking idiot.
But yeah, that was.
Show me the sunglasses thing you were doing again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, somebody grabbed the sunglasses. Hey, who am I?
Yeah, is that you? Here's a piercing.
But yeah, so fucking crazy. And then the next time I go in, Alex is there getting a tattoo and I can't tell him the story. I'm like, ugh. But hey, I wish Alex was here. Alex was
Yeah.
supposed to be here. Keith was supposed to be here. And we were going to make fun of Alex because
Was he a big baby?
he almost passed out.
Oh,
He got white as a ghost. And
Been there.
we had to be like,
gotta lay down, bud.
gotta lay down, big boy. But he was talking up a big game. Got tattoos before.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. If you were just
Yeah.
like, let me lay down.
And it
what
was-
tattoo did he get? What
He
happened?
got
here?
a Trailer Park Boy tattoo on his thigh.
Okay.
And it was funny because I got to be in like a position where I seem like I'm like I have more machismo than thou. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, because he's like on the verge of passing out. And I'm like, it's okay, dude. Happens all the time. It's never happened to me, but it happens.
It's like the episode of ER when the newbie does an appendectomy on his resident.
Yes.
It's just
exactly.
like that.
It's exactly like that. But yeah, it was very funny.
ER 1994. Eric LaSalle.
We gave Alex sugar pills. We gave him Wawa.
Cute.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
I sat there with him.
With his little trailer
Hold his
park boys
hand.
I was
tattoo.
like, it's okay, baby.
It's very sweet.
But his tattoos turned out fucking super cool.
Sweet.
It was that quote from Leahy that he's been talking about.
Mm-hmm. Is he just excited to get more tattoos now?
Yeah. Also, Keith put us on to a series called Liquor Stories. You heard
Is
of
this
that?
an anime too?
No.
I hope it is.
Appar-
That sounds awesome.
Apparently, Leahy from Trailer Park Boys, in character, tells stories while drunk. And there's a whole series. And he showed us like the pilot for it. It is fucking gold. It is very funny.
The most disappointing thing was finding out he wasn't actually a drunk. He was the least drunk on the whole show.
He went to acting school specifically to learn how to be a convincing drunk.
It's like, yeah, it's just like the drummer of ZZ Top. Didn't have a beard, but his last name was Beard.
Oh, yeah. It's exactly like
Life isn't real. It's a simulation.
It's just
Yeah.
like that.
I'm over it.
that. Yeah.
Keanu Reeves, save me right now. Pull me out.
Can you imagine?
You think he'd play that guy? 'Cause
Oh,
they gotta
yeah. I cannot wait for...
get a
This
Keanu
is coming
Reeves
out this
vibes.
year
Is it?
on Netflix. Very fucking excited.
What is that? I mean, obviously it's an endless dream.
Sandman.
Yes,
Oh,
that is the
okay.
Sandman from DC.
Gotcha.
Yes.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
so it's gonna suck. Too bad.
Oh, dude, I loved someone showing the progression of Batman and like how it gets darker with each movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so it's like 1990, whatever the fuck. And then 2022. And then 2025 is just pitch black.
So it's like the beginning of when you play a video game.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just the Batman symbol progressively getting more invisible.
Ah!
Did you guys see that by calculation, by 2055, we should have a new Batman movie every 15 milliseconds if you just exponentially
Oh,
time
that's
it?
funny.
And it's just he just communicates with like throat singing. Just- Can't understand him at all.
Val Kilmer could come back.
Yeah, because he has that cancer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the little voice box.
Even better.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
Test that premise.
I'm obsessed with women's fashion because men's fashion is very limited. It's a very narrow scope.
It's also very gay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I like now my Facebook, like the advertisements is all filled with like Shein, boutique feel, goth BB, all this
Oh,
random
hell
shit.
yeah. Those
Yeah,
are my
yeah.
favorite.
Goth BB.
Goth baby.
Goth baby.
BB or baby?
I think it's spelled goth BB, but yeah, it's the goth baby stuff.
Awesome.
Oh, well, I just got babies that are goth.
What
Is that
the
Trisha
hell happened to
Paytas?
that one?
Yeah, so shit like that. So, but with the Shein and the boutique feel shit, it's a lot of lingerie stuff.
As it should.
Yeah, and I was looking at it, and the thing with the like any of the outfits, you can post a photo of yourself in the reviews wearing said outfit to like
Yeah,
show how
okay.
it fits. And none of them look like the person in the photo. So my thing is like, so the models that they hire, like women apparently don't want lingerie. They just want bigger tits.
Yeah, that's fair.
So instead of getting lingerie, just save your money and just go get breast augmentation.
Look at the titties, yeah.
Just go get the titties. Then anything looks good, right? Anything will fit the way that you think it will,
You know, yeah.
because then you have
You just wear an Adidas track jacket everywhere.
Billie Eilish.
tits as advertised.
Mhm.
Tracksuits everywhere.
So yeah, I don't know exactly how I would lead up to.
This looks uncomfortable, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Do you get to sit down?
No.
I think you only get to do the one pose.
Which is the Matrix Reloaded pose.
Mm-hmm. It's like,
What-
you don't get to hug me. You'll die.
You know something's gothic when it's got more than 2 belts.
Yes.
There are
Lots
4.
of buckles
There is
and
a belt
straps.
requirement, yeah. A quota.
100%.
That's like, it's either Final Fantasy or it's goth stuff. Lots of belts. Everything is made out of belts.
Somebody was bringing up bidets and how like they're now like a
I like that.
like consumer, like there's consumer prices, whereas it
Mhm.
used to be like you had to have a lot of money. Bidet was like a separate toilet versus the real toilet. And now you can just hook up a thing to your toilet and it'll just spray water.
You can just get an Aquafina bottle.
You could do that too.
That's the public bidet.
If you really want to flex on people, what you should do is hire someone to spit that water into your asshole.
Yeah, that's very...
Gleek it. They gleek into your butthole.
You know, that's a whole anime series where a Roman emperor accidentally gets time traveled to bathhouses from all over.
I just saw that.
Yeah, so he's like, man, they've got to have like 5 people working this one toilet. That's insane. These people are rich.
That's
and it's just
super funny.
modern
So
plumbing.
have you started watching it?
No.
It's
It looks so
what's it
dumb.
called? Roma. Some
Roma bathhouse, probably. Something stupid like that.
very dumb, but in the best way. Because what there's anime about football, there's anime about volleyball.
House husband that used to be a
House Husband?
Yakuza member.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one
yeah.
is dope.
That one sounds really good.
There's all kinds of wild shit. Of course, there would be one about bathhouses.
That time I got reincarnated as a spider.
Oh yeah,
You can guess. What would that series be about? I don't know.
that's the full title, right?
Yes.
Or
I
like,
thought it was slime.
is it wrong?
There's
To,
several.
Is
It's
there?
a whole genre, and
Okay.
it kills me.
is it wrong to try to pick up girls in dungeons?
Yep,
Like
that
I
one.
love how huge these titles are.
And it absolutely keeps in theme because the titties are huge too. Like, she looks like a little girl, but she's got quadruple D's, man. Like,
The title should be: Is it
horrible.
wrong to fan service for 3 episodes or 3 seasons straight?
yeah, exactly. But it's okay though. She's a goddess, so millions of years old. Doesn't matter.
So with that whole bidet thing, right?
Yep.
Somebody at the shop was like, it's a good thing it wasn't around in the 80s because Motley Crue would have just hooked up Jack Daniels and just been straight boofing in the. And I was like, oh my God, it's a
That's
great premise
idea.
to be like, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I was such a prolific alcoholic that I had Jack Daniels hooked up to my bidet.
Straight boofing it.
There'd be hell on your hemorrhoids. Yeah, so what I ended up doing was just streaming through the Xbox with Dark Souls. I just streamed through the Xbox. That's why it looks like shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm just streaming directly from Xbox.
Oh, I just saw this boss.
The Gaping Dragon?
Yeah. It was they were doing a smasher pass and they wanted to smash this dragon. They were ready for it.
So how did you get? So Xbox has a webcam.
Yeah, you can
option?
hook up your webcam to the Xbox, and then there's
Oh.
you can put it in. You can only just put it in a region. You
okay.
can't change the size or do green screen or anything with it. That's why
Okay.
you can see my green screen.
Well, hey, that's
I mean,
not
it
bad.
worked, but it was like, fuck me.
It's
It was
not
such
as,
a pain in the ass.
I was gonna say not as friendly.
and I couldn't use. I didn't have Streamlabs up working. You know.
Oh, so did you have to have like your iPad open to see chat and stuff?
I just had like a clusterfuck going on.
Mm.
I discovered a tech because I fought this boss for like 20 hours. This is also a Hulk.
Oh no.
This is a Hulk Hogan
I
build.
fucking hate this boss so much. Yeah, I saw somebody was doing it Yujiro.
Oh,
Yeah, with fists only.
Yeah,
I'm
fists
not
only.
using Bloodhound Step.
Did you just sit on their face?
Yeah, I just did the leg drop.
Oh my god.
And then I threw the double axe handle. Because you can do the critical the riposte, and then you
Yeah.
can leg drop, and then she gets squished again. And then you can do a heavy attack, and then she'll back off, and then you can chase her, and then stagger her again.
Imagine being a demigod and just getting sat on over and over, and
Yeah.
that's the way you die.
Squeesh.
talk about an Achilles glute.
And the only reason, like, I just barely missed the last jumping attack. Otherwise, I would have had, like, an actual.
oh, that
infinite-
lady.
Yeah, Melania.
Oh, she has like the fake arm, right?
Yeah.
and a lot of other problems going on.
She has a phase too. I didn't beat it.
What? Come on.
I know you see that and you're like, you didn't beat phase 2?
Yeah, you dominated that. What the
Yeah,
hell?
I've done phase 1 a few times.
Oh.
Phase 2?
She's a
escapes
beast.
me, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because all bosses have 2 phases in that game, and the second is always so much worse.
The problem is, like, well, this clip, I shut her down. She couldn't do the waterfowl attack,
Yeah,
and that just kills you.
I had what, like almost max health, like 56, I think it was.
You just die, yeah.
Yeah,
60
you'll
is
die.
the cap.
Yep. Terrible.
So you remember how I was taking meds and it was affecting my erections?
And there was leakage.
And there was leakage. So I am off those meds, but I still have those what's the off-brand? What's the word I'm looking for?
Generic.
Generic Viagra.
God, I am Siri. This is fucking bullshit.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's been calling me Siri all goddamn day.
Yeah, he came over and I was just like, how come this isn't working? And he would have the answer and I'm like, okay.
Now playing loud fart.
God, I love that video. It's just, Alexa, what is wrong with you? This is a wet one. What? Alexa, you dirty bitch.
So I still had those generic Viagras and I was like, last night I was like, should I take one? And Kim was like, sure. So I took one and I'm in here like making music.
Alex is right. This is a podcast for you to brag that you fuck your wife. This is bullshit.
I mean, it's not as cool as it sounds. Intercourse, that is.
But I was
anyways,
like, the podcast or fucking your wife? Like, what is...
No, so I took it, right? And like, it says take 1 to 4 hours before activity, which is hilarious.
Okay.
Because it makes it sound like you're going to, go play dodgeball or some shit.
It does, yeah. But there is a lot of activities that it could cover.
So I'm sitting here and I just notice, because, you pinch your wiener when you're like mindlessly doing shit.
Yeah, sometimes.
Apparently Alex and I do it way more than others, but
I
that's okay.
definitely have not done that since I was like 12.
It's like a tribe thing, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe. But I go for a pinch and I'm like, that's like I got some copper piping in there right now.
What? Did it flake off?
I look down and I'm like, wow, this homie's just ready to go. Like I didn't even notice that. And so for an hour, I was just walking around rock hard. Like this guy was looking like he squared up with me. He was looking me right in the eyes. It's like, holy shit. And I show Kim and she's like, I can't do anything with that right now. I'm like, oh God, what am I supposed to do?
You said to take it.
And she's like, I don't know, go distract yourself. All right.
Just rock hard all the time.
So yeah, I'm like playing Slime Rancher with just a monster boner. It was nuts.
Couldn't never looked at slimes the same way again.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So then,
it's a genre.
I don't know, like an hour later after activity, I take a shower and peed forever because you can't pee when you have a boner. And I was just like, and it affected how hard my stream was when I was peeing too. So I was like,
just
fucking
full blast, like
dope,
Squirtle
dude.
time.
Oh yeah, thunder piss, dude. Went full fire hose.
That's awesome.
It was super funny. Like, yeah, it was just, and then I was like, now I just want to take it all the time.
That's like that copy pasta, like, you frying chicken in there, boy? Ha, just kidding. I really like the way you piss. God.
But it's just so funny, like, and it's so American to take Viagra because it's like, it's not that I can't get boners, but if I don't have to do the work, why do the work? You know what I mean? Like, I could have picked up all the dog shit that was in the backyard.
Yeah.
But I've got $70 just burning a hole in my pocket. I'm going to have some teenagers come and pick it up instead.
Yeah. I mean, if Lord Lorenz has taught us anything, it's about the journey, Chris.
Yeah, like I could watch.
Get there.
I could watch Bridgerton to get a boner, but if I don't have to watch Bridgerton, I'll just take a pill.
I mean, we do have subscription programs for this too, so it is very American.
Yeah, exactly. They are expensive though.
Really?
Not the gas station ones.
those don't
Isn't that
work.
just horny goat weed or whatever?
Did I tell you the story of me taking the gas station boner pills?
Did you just lose like 30 pounds and go in the hospital?
Yeah.
No.
So you didn't take the expired ones. Those are the real diet pills.
Ooh. No, I took fucking gas station boner pill. No, it was a CVS boner pill.
That doesn't make it any better.
No, it does not. And so same general concept though. It's like hour-ish before activity. So I take it and I'm like feeling leakage and I'm like, oh. And then I look down and I am getting a reverse boner.
What?
The head swelled up and I started freaking out. I'm like, Kim, I don't know what's going on. And she's laughing at me. Because it looks insane,
you know.
right? It's like, like one of these microphones trying to pick itself up, like by the cord. Like imagine, like this whole thing is the head, and then this is the shaft, and it's trying to. I was panicking.
It's trying its best.
Because I've never seen a penis do this before, so I'm like, "What's wrong with me?" And she's like, "It's fine. Don't worry about it." I thought she was gonna like start FaceTiming people, like,
Yo, check out Chris's dick.
check out this weird ass boner. It was my time travel. It went full Jean-Claude Van Damme time cop and was going back. Or no, Tenet was going backwards.
Gotcha.
Been playing too much Plants and Zombies.
Yeah,
Like you turned your dick into a zombie.
pretty much. Pretty fucking much. Any new games that you're exploring, Steve-on?
No, I'm still playing my depressing League of Legends.
What's up with the rookie numbers on Elden Ring?
50 hours?
Yeah. What's
I
going on
beat the
there?
shit out of all the other Dark Souls.
Did you?
So then I played Elden Ring and I breezed through it. Like it wasn't hard at all. There was 2 bosses that got me because I didn't want to play the game how they wanted. Like Radon, you're supposed to be on a horse. You're supposed to use all this cool shit. You've got tons of spells at this point. I have a big fucking sword. I don't care. Fuck your spells. That's all I did the whole game. Beat the game, uninstalled it, haven't touched it since.
Gotcha.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, no, just big sword, big health bar, and swing, done.
Colossal sword?
Yeah, yep.
The bastard sword?
Yeah, guts. I'm a big Berserk fan,
Alright,
for better
gotcha.
or worse. Ails me every day. The Guilty Gear Strive, I play the hell out of that.
Ooh, who's your main?
Biking.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Relatively new character.
What was that game that you played where the lady had a whale?
That's the same game.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's May. Yep.
Fight like a tiger.
See, remember I was telling you
Walk
it's
in
got
the
that.
park.
It's got the cheesiest soundtrack from like 80s and 90s metal.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man.
That's one of the greatest things ever.
I mean, Granddaddy Fred beat God with the power of rock and roll and this sword he found. That was the whole storyline for the game too. Oh, and the president was there. That was fucking cool. President's like going on about football, and then the White House is under attack.
So I do want to play that game then.
Great game, yeah.
Yeah,
They
I do want to get
decided,
on.
they
Is that
decided
one where we can do PvP?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can fight each other all day long.
Penis versus pussies?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, they just had their first non-binary character too, Testament. That was
No
pretty
shit.
cool. They're very upfront about that. So.
Hell yeah. The
was
funny
dope.
thing is like that soundtrack, like the guitar just shreds.
Oh yeah, like, yep, there's Testament.
Yo. Hell yeah.
Love them. I mean, I wish I could play them, but I'm just
Not your style.
Not a zoner. Yeah, if you couldn't tell from playing biking, I'm a monkey.
Mhm.
I just get in your face and then I
Hitting the tatami mats.
yeah. That's it. I mean, just hope for the best.
Have
I've
you seen
gotten-
biking?
No, I don't think so.
My favorite is absolutely what do you call it? A one-armed samurai, and then the other arm is actually a gigantic cannon and all sorts of other stupid
Oh,
shit.
you showed me this.
Yeah, that's my wallpaper.
Yeah.
I might be down bad, but I'm happy about it.
Because we were talking about how that Nero Automata,
Yeah, whatever it is.
how like it's
Everybody cosplays it.
upskirt shots and
Yep.
And then he was like, I play a little more progressive game.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, at least in this game, everybody's titties are huge. The men, massive. Nagoriyuki has the biggest boobs I've ever seen.
Who was Colonel Sanders?
Gold Lewis.
Gold
Yeah.
Lewis is awesome. That man is just,
He's stacked.
yeah. They're like, you're eating fast food after we just saved the White House? And he's like, yep, what about it? I'm an American. I can do what I want.
So fucking dope. Yeah, I mean, I want to get better at gaming. I'm really bad as it stands right now.
I can teach you brain dead ways of Guilty Gear.
Sick.
We will be monkeys together.
I want to get in. I want to start doing like all of the things, and I need to get better at like Twitch. Like we were looking at Twitch stuff where there's like graphics and all kinds of shit going on, and
we can set that up. I can help you remotely too.
What if Mara and I wanted to stream together?
You can do that. You'd have to like create a custom layer and then put the camera there somewhere on yours, and you could see both of you on each other's stream. Yeah, it'd be very easy. That's a very easy thing to do.
I kind of want to train you as like a hardcore gamer. Like we're gonna make you play Dark Souls and Wings of V.
What is Wings of V?
It's one of the hardest platformers I've ever played.
Okay.
I think I know what this is, and it scares me
It's
if it's
fucking
what it is.
brutal.
Yeah, no, fuck that in all sorts of ways. That was so bad for me.
Yeah, I think because I want to start calling the stream Noob Absolutely.
That's you. Yeah.
That would be perfect.
A noob is me.
Beat you at
Anubis.
Tetris.
Yeah, Tetris.
Tetris rocks.
Do all the fucking things. Mara's an absolute goddess when it comes to Tetris.
Oh. I got to like the invisible part, and then I stopped playing forever. I was like, this game is fucking rigged. People play without seeing the blocks. This is bullshit.
What, TGM?
Like the original Tetris, yeah, where the arcade, it just goes invisible. It cuts out all the blocks, and you just got to remember. No, fuck that.
Holy
Tetris the
shit.
Grandmaster?
So you just see it on the side?
Yeah, you see
You
what's
see your
coming.
next block. But you don't
Oh my god.
that's
And then
it.
it's also like instantly falling at that time too, if I remember right.
I mean, that's full
yeah,
autism
the gravity's
right there.
on full.
Yep, it's awful.
That's full blown on the spectrum. If that's real life, I'm gonna freak out.
It's real life.
What do you mean? Of
His
course it's real
hands,
life.
it looks
Yeah.
it looks like they sped up the footage.
Oh no. You should see some fighting games. What they do with those poor little pads.
Now it's invisible.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
And you're still getting judged. It's not just a matter of surviving this part. You still have to score.
Why is there lettering? That's awful.
because that's it's like the bonus stage.
It's the Tetris Grandmaster Challenge. 3, Terror Instinct.
Is it
okay?
is it supposed to like make it even harder, the fact that there's text scrolling?
Yeah.
Because the human brain, once you learn how to read, can't look at a word without reading it.
Little
It's
bit.
also a way to time how much time you have left before the credits are over.
Oh.
I think the real way, you have to do that like 5 times in a row. That whole run, you have to do 5 times in a row in
Yeah.
order to qualify.
It's insane. No, thank you.
Steve, what is your Twitch stream again?
Tagul.
TEH.
GHOUL, which I don't stream anymore.
We're gonna get you to start streaming.
I was going to say, what do you stream? But then kind of answered my question.
So,
Yeah, it used to be literally everything because I play every single kind of game. Like, I am not shy about any of them.
Yeah, it's more fun to play when you're streaming.
do you have webcam?
That is true. Yeah, I do.
Especially if you have
Stat
chatters.
streaming.
If you have chatters,
Yeah.
it's real fun.
I always made up like a gimmick usually. Like when Cyberpunk came out, I was like, I'm gonna be the best Joe Dirt I can be.
There you go, yeah.
And the most trud mucking guy ever.
Yeah, that's why I came up with Hulk Hogan for the
Exactly.
for Twitch.
Yep. Fun stuff that way. I don't know. I played too much Dark Souls, man. The
Get a
more
little
I
Dark
think
Souls,
the
a little
more I
Dark
think about it.
Souls.
It's just-
Okay, so you said that Elden Ring was easy for you.
Yeah, I breezed through the majority of it. 2 bosses I didn't.
So you gotta
Did you summon?
you gotta stream a speed run, dude.
Summon? No.
Ash summon?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, Ash, catch him up.
Fucker.
I fucking hated that one.
Brain sucks.
But
But
dude,
tell you that?
stream some speed runs, bruh.
I ain't not gonna try to hit that under 19-minute one, which is unbelievable to
That's
me.
a short goal. I mean, that's a good run. For me, that's a sweet spot.
Yeah,
20 to 30 minutes. That's a good speed run.
yeah, exactly.
Final
So-
Fantasy 7, go fuck yourself. 8-hour run.
Are you kidding?
RNG fest.
That's like the minimum one. The what is it? The 24% is like 32 or 100 percent is like 32 hours or something.
Oh my god.
That is not a speed run. That's like
Exactly. That's the point.
That's figuring out. Can I pee where I'm sitting?
Yeah.
How many diapers do I need for this run?
I saw the tail end of it, and that man just looks so miserable.
Was it Caleb,
I think so.
the
yeah.
muscle head,
Yeah, yeah,
redheaded
yeah.
guy?
Yep.
Fucking douchebag.
He
What's-
comes off that way, absolutely.
What's
Caleb
the last speed run that you did?
I didn't do any speed runs.
What?
No, I don't. No.
Technically, my Tetris runs were speed runs.
I wonder why. Have to be.
Sub 30 seconds. That's a speed run.
Yeah.
40 lines in 29 seconds.
So yeah, we got to get you to stream and start
Yep.
doing speed runs. Mara's gonna train me to be. Oh, you know what we should do?
Montage.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Rocky 4.
montage, but try to get outfits that match the wizard.
You've already got the Doritos. You are the pro gamer.
I do Doritos,
You just
Diet
need the
Mountain Dew,
Yeah, you need the fuel, the gamer fuel.
gamer
Yep.
fuel. I'm just gonna get a sleeve so that whatever I'm drinking
It's gamer
is
fuel.
gamer fuel.
Yeah.
Guys, head to Teespring or click the link in the description of this video. We've got merch. I've got some new merch that just dropped. I'll put the thing up here. Head to Mara's Twitch channel, MaraJade84 on the twitch.tv. We're gonna be working on that sub button. If anybody knows anybody at Twitch and can help us get Mara sub button working a little faster,
Or just give me money
or
directly.
just give her money.
Just give me the money.
Yeah, I just need to pay my rent.
Have you gotten
guys.
Cash App yet?
Yeah. I have $10 in it.
What's your Cash App?
It's MaraJade0884.
Cash App, some money. Or we could make you a wish list on Amazon too. People can buy you shit through.
Can you
Through Wish.
for rent money on Amazon?
No.
That's my main concern.
Yeah, so subscribe to all the things, do all the things. All the links will be in the description. Steven, thank you again for doing this.
Yeah, it's
Appreciate
been awesome.
you. It's good to see you again.
I am alive.
And then Mara, same time next time?
You know how people will go to their childhood home that they grew up in, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, hey, I know this is weird, but like, can I just look around? Because I used to live here. I just want to see what it's like, you know, nostalgia. See what you did with the place. Okay, it's that, but it's someone walks up to like a 1986 GMC van
What?
and they're like, hey, I used to live in here. Would it be cool if I just checked it out? And they're like, and they're looking, they're like, oh, this looks really different with all the seats up. Like that, you don't keep a bucket for emergency shitting in here? That's crazy. Where's the curtains? What,
Your
are you
band
scared?
sucks.
Yeah. Wait, what if people see you when you're sleeping or masturbating? So, like, you know, you add whatever you want in there, in the meat. And then at the very end of this bit, they're like, oh, thanks for letting me see around. And then it's a parking lot. They walk to another of the same exact vehicle and they do the same thing. Because it's not the actual car they lived in. It's just the same model.
Oh. I forgot this part of that fucking story. So we went and watched the security footage of that dude.
I actually looked that picture up because I wanted to see the person.
So before he came in the shop, before that other lady showed up that he walked in with, a GMC like SUV pulled up. He just walked up and opened the back passenger door.
You're making
And
this up.
I swear to God, and started to get in. And the guy in the other passenger, like the front passenger seat, jumped out. And like you could see the kid get embarrassed and put his sunglasses on and then just walk over and like just stare at the wall.
Oh.
So like if we
Holy shit.
could have seen that first,
It's like
or
a,
if the guy next door, because it's a person that works
Yeah.
there, could have been like, hey,
it's like a movie.
some guy that tried to get in my car is standing out front of your shop.
Like that's the end, but it's like Memento.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Pretty nuts, huh?
Dude, absolutely.
Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Dude, absolutely.